Welcome back to Good Day State Line. We are so excited to be back at Wesley Willows. It's been such a long time hanging with Deborah. Of course, she's been with us before, and Helen. We are just meeting right now. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Morning.
So not only is it been a while since we've been here, but since a lot of people have been at Wesley Willows, you kind of were shut down for some time.
That's right. We were excited to be able to do this segment on the 14th of March because it is exactly 1 year from when we closed our buildings and really implemented some of those restrictions. I think one of the things that we are happiest about during that time is just that we really worked on what we could maintain and how we could do that in a safe manner. And we look back on the last year and we think we did some really good things.
Yeah, you know, there's so much learning going on for the entire world, and when you have a facility like this where people are living here and they had to stay living here, you really did have to come up with a lot of new ways to do stuff. So congratulations, you guys did it.
Thank you.
Hopefully this is a year that, you know, we're moving past. You don't have to repeat those steps again.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. I think as we go forward, we've been really working on what our next steps are. And with the announcement by the CDC, really we think, oh, it's time to just throw open the doors and have everybody come in and let's all get together. We have practiced during the last year of really being conservative in our approaches and yet creative in how we maintain socialization and a sense of community. So over these next couple of weeks, that's what we'll be working on, is what does that mean to us and how do we open up in a manner that can help people be safe and not, I think, not have to start over again. I think that's always our fear, is when things happen, then we have to start over again. We have to go back to square one and begin again.
Right, so tell me a little bit about the structured reopening sequence.
So the reopening is, it's going to be kind of a tiered sequence in that on this campus we have independent residents and we have assisted living and we have skilled. So those residents all kind of have to have a little bit of a different approach to reopening and bringing people onto campus, bringing indoor visits, outdoor visits. So we'll begin with the independent residents in the suites in the homes, and then we will move to the assisted and skilled as we're able to and permitted to. But it's looking, we're making progress. We're excited to start planning. That phase is being planned out, and we're starting to move forward in the next couple weeks.
That is so exciting. There's so many people that just miss face-to-face. I know one of the times we've talked in the last year, we were talking about teaching the residents the technology of FaceTiming with their friends and family, and while they probably mastered it, they want to go back to just seeing them. I'm sure they'd be more excited for that.
I've been impressed with how many families have wanted to stay connected, and even in the coldest of weather, they're still arranging to do window visits. And you've got a family standing outside in that awful weather, but they get to see the face in person of their loved one. So that's been great.
That's so important.
And then we've been holding vaccine clinics on our campus. So everybody in our assisted living and skilled nursing has been vaccinated. I think we've only had a handful of people who said they don't want it. And then next week we have vaccine clinics here and at Peterson Meadows for our independent living residents, and that's roughly 400 people. So when we talk about 2 weeks, we're looking at that. We'll do those vaccine clinics, and then we'll wait those additional 2 weeks for those individuals to be fully vaccinated, which is the CDC's term.
Right, and that's the goal for those who want to be able to do that as soon as possible, because I'm assuming most of the residents fit the bill. I know we've talked before about how I'm not old enough to live here.
Right.
So I'm also not ready, you know, on the list to get vaccinated yet, but a lot of residents are.
Sure.
So tell me about, you know, some of the social things that are happening. You told me in the building right now people are being social. They're at the gym.
That's part of our tiered opening. We've got people using the pool, people using the fitness center. We have a couple upstairs right now who are dancers, I think ballroom dancers, and they use one of our spaces to practice. So they're actually in the building right now. A couple of months ago, when we recognized we could do something, in our suites we have heated garages below each of our wings of suites. So we've actually been doing garage. We've been doing life enrichment, fitness programs in those garages so that people could still come together, and we've been doing that according to guidelines, but in a large enough indoor space that doesn't bring them inside the building. Everybody who's been doing that is really anxious to get out of the garage and back into the building.
So for anyone who is looking for more information on what you are doing here, maybe they're hoping to move in someday, where can we go to get that?
You can just call our main number, 815-316-1500, and ask for that information. Our guest services and hospitality staff will forward you to our marketing staff.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having us back.
You're welcome. It's great to have you here. Maybe next time we'll be able to have a meal together.
Ooh,
that would be nice.
We're so excited to visit them again. The Grammys are on tonight, and that means huge swag bags for the stars. We're actually going to meet the man behind those bags next, and naming our Fan of the Week too. But first, it's birthday time. We are sending a big happy St. Patrick's Day birthday to Emily on Wednesday. We're pretty sure she actually calls it St. Emily's Day. Also, happy birthday to Ryan, who's celebrating on March 18th. And finally, we're sending birthday wishes to Michelle, whose birthday is on Friday, the 20th. Send us your family and friends' birthday shout outs anytime at GoodDayStateline@WTVO.com. We'll be right back.